What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you another video in my declutter series. So in this series I basically am going to be specifically focusing on decluttering some objects that I feel like aren't as highly watched or highly interesting to actually watch a declutter, such as brushes, gel liner, pot liners, sponges, although I don't really think I'm going to be decluttering sponges, stuff like that, compact eyeshadows, anything to that effect that I just don't think will be as interesting if I do it in a full its own video. In case you were interested in seeing a specific category, but there was one specific category out of all of those that I listed that you're interested in, check out down below. I will do my best to put some timestamps down there. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get to it. Alright, so we are going to start off with this collection. These are all of my pot liners, and as you can see I don't have very many. I don't really collect these anymore. I did go through a phase where I was really into these, and as you can see, not so much anymore. So I believe I went through this collection when I did my first I want to tell you guys what's on my nail polish or nails, just in case you're interested. It is the Holo Choco Holo. It's a really pretty shade. Basically think of a chocolate with holographic glitter all throughout it. So really pretty. Highly recommend anything off of Holo Choco. I really like the brand. So back to these. I'm pretty sure I went through these when I did my declutter of all of my cream products a couple of months ago. Pretty much these three, I mean they're water activated, so in my opinion there's truly no need to really get rid of them. How often have I actually reached for them lately? Very limited, extremely limited. I think I haven't reached for them at all this year, and the last time I reached for them may have been last Halloween, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep them. They're not taking up too much space, and I do get enjoyment from them when I do reach for them. So yeah, definitely keeping the Civic Beauty ones. Then we have the three that are actual, or the four that are actual creams. So ColourPop Piggy Bank, I feel was probably going to be the one. Oh no, it's still really good. It's a really pretty shade. Very pretty shade. I wouldn't say it's the best at lasting in my waterline or really me being able to pick it up, but it's a really pretty shade, so I am going to keep it. Then I have KVD's Roxy Purple. I really like this shade as well. It's not nearly as pigmented, I would say, as the ColourPop one, but I don't know, I like it and I have it. It's kind of more of a blurple type situation. And like I said, I have it. I don't feel the need to truly declutter this collection unless the creams fully dry out. And it seems as though my inglots are going that way. Now I will say I do have the Duraline, and so for that reason I am going to probably try and but this is a cream, so the bacteria, let's see. Okay, let's see if Inglot's white is still, this is starting to dry out too. Yeah, those definitely feel hard to swatch. Okay, so because these are creams, and because that can collect a lot of bacteria, and I really am not reaching for these. When I think to put something in my waterline, I don't really reach for these. In all honesty, I'm just gonna declutter these two and keep these two. So that's gonna leave me with a grand total of 5 gel liners or pot liners, and like I said, I'm decluttering these two. Okay. Then we have this drawer. This drawer, let me zoom out a little bit. You might see my, yep, you're gonna see the post. Let's just put this over here. So where are my wet wipes? whatever. Okay, so this drawer here are all single shadows. I'm going to take them all out of the drawer and we're going to go through these one by one because I truly don't need these. I think I can condense this drawer and my gel pot liner drawer into being one drawer because the amount of frequency that I'm actually opening these drawers is minimal. So I really don't need to keep all of these products. All right, so let's just get into it easily. I have a bunch of these like loose pigments from Christina Lee, and honestly I couldn't tell you if these are purchased or if these were for free. At one point I was a huge shopper from the brand. Actually, let's start with these. These are two like glitters I think I got for free somehow. Actually, can I zoom in now? Yeah, okay. So these are two glitters that I got for free somehow. I paid maybe nothing for them. Either way, they're decluttered. I don't need them. Let's go through the glitters. That'll be easy for me. I don't really use glitters. So I'm going to... These are all the kind of loose glitter products that I have. Out of all of these two bring me some form of joy. I could care less about these, so these are gonna go and I'm gonna keep these. Granted, I'm probably never going to reach for these, but I will keep them one more time. I bought them, and yeah, why not keep them one more time? So definitely keeping two. I'm definitely keeping my Duraline. I don't use it very often, but I bought it to revive products. And although, like I said, I could technically have used it to revive the two gel pots, I just don't think it's worth it. But I may try and actually put this into my MAC paint pot just to make it easier for the last couple of uses that I have in that product. This still brings me joy. This is my Stila Yellowtails. Let me see if it's still good. The last time I tried it, yeah, it's still good. This brings me so much joy. I love it so much. It's a multi-chrome yellow pigment situation. Definitely keeping that. Okay, all right. We're getting somewhere. My MAC are going nowhere. These are really really pretty multi-chrome singles. These were from a holiday, Make-A-Wish and Major Win. Definitely keeping these. Same with this one, which is in Joy 2. Really like these. Okay, I really get enjoyment out of keeping my two Marc Jacobs, and these are their sequence formula in Glitz and Copper Razzle. So keeping those two. These are my ColourPop singles. These are really pretty, but I just don't reach for, and they feel so pretty. They feel so nice. Come on, watch please. Let's see. Look at that. That looks so pretty. And then this one, that's so pretty too. Okay, so I think I kept this one because of the collection. It was, I think, part of one of the Disney designer collections. That's why I kept this. I'm actually going to go ahead and declutter it. It's pretty, but I know I have it. Whereas this it just feels so unique, and it also just applies beautifully. It's like a beautiful metallic copper with flecks in there. I want to keep this for now. Okay, all right. I feel accomplished. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. This, I thought I had two at one point. Maybe I got, another MAC, definitely keeping. I thought I had two of these, but I guess I only have one. And this is from Touch of Glam and Hyper Prism. I really like this. This is like a flecky, pigmenty situation, so definitely keeping that. This I really enjoy. It's very pretty but super messy. This is from Lorena Makeup, and this is in Omnia. Really like this. Definitely keeping that. These touch of, or what, JD Glow ones are different. Oh gosh, I really like this one. This is Astridge. It's a multi chrome flake from Beauty Bar Baby. Really, really pretty yellow based flake. So I'm definitely keeping that. What are these? These are loose pigments from Sydney Grace. The likelihood of me using these are minimal, but I think if I'm gonna reach for a loose pigment, I'm not gonna reach for a foil like this. I would reach for maybe a glittery one like this. So I'm gonna keep this one, get rid of that foil. Let's see. This is another flake multi-chrome. Really like this. Definitely keeping that. What is this? This is a tester eyeshadow. She Who Plots a Coup from Sigil Inspired. This was free with my one purchase from them, and this looks like a glittery something, but it's a tester. I don't need it. Going to get rid of it. I don't even think I've ever used it. Christina Lee, this is her gel. Let's see if this is still good. Yeah, it's hard as a rock. Once again, I probably could try using Duraline. Let's see. While I'm here, let's try some Duraline to see if it'll work. No, this is a gel that is no more. That's not going to really do what it was supposed to, which is perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this as well. Okay, so we're narrowing it down. These glitter liners, I really like these. I like the idea of these at least. And because of that, I'm going to just go ahead and keep them. Let me actually just test to make sure they still work and they're still kind of creamy. This is the Fenty like nude glitter activated. I really, really like this one. This is the gold glitter, really, really pretty. Silver glitter from NYX. I prefer these over the Urban Decay equivalent, hence why I no longer have the Urban Decay equivalent in my collection. I just have these. I really like these, so I kept them and I got more. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely going to keep these, and I think what I'm actually going to do is change their home location from this spot to my actual liner cup, and in hopes that I will reach for them more. Okay, so this has never even been opened, so I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter this. This is Christina Lee, and this is in Antares. So yeah, that's going to go. These HD crystals from JD Glow, I had so much high hopes for these. These were really, really pretty in, like, you know, the social media campaign or whatever. This one's never even been opened. Okay, that tells me a lot. But I think I might have tried one or two. I definitely tried this one. And I didn't like how dark it was. It was so much darker than I was expecting. I was expecting these to be really, really pretty inner corners, but I think these are more like kind of glittery lid shades, which isn't a bad thing. I just came into it expecting one thing and I got another, and that just kind of completely threw me off. So that blue is nothing special. Okay, easily decluttering the blue. That's nothing special. The other one, the purple that I swatched, it is something special. It's just not inner corner highlight worthy. It's definitely too dark. Oops. It's definitely too dark to be an inner corner, and I really want to give this one a shot. This looks really, really pretty, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep these two, and I just decluttered one of them of this collection, so that's something. All right, so 4 from Christina Lee. This one hasn't been opened either, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. And this is Christina Lee Cosmetics Canopus. So that is gone. Has this been opened? This hasn't been opened either, so we're gonna say goodbye to her too. Christina Lee and Sirius. So that's gonna go. And then I have these two. So I know this is a multi-chrome loose in Intuition. I'm 90% sure that I actually have this pressed, and if I do, I am going to declutter it. And then this is Christina Lee in Asteria, and just the packaging alone just has me not wanting this, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this as well. And you know what, even if I don't have this in the pressed, I have something equivalent from another brand, so that's gone too. So 2 things left from this kind of section of the video, and these were really pretty, like duos. I really thought that they were something special, which is why of course I picked them up, and I thought I would get some use out of them, but I really haven't. And although these 2 kind of really, come on camera, although these 2 shades are really pretty, in the grand scheme of things, they're not something pretty enough that clearly I've wanted to reach in this for, or just been interested, so those are gonna go too. So out of that section, I decluttered 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I decluttered 16, and I am keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I'm keeping 18, and what I'm gonna do is try to just combine. Let's goodbye. You've had your time to shine. There we go. So what I'm going to do is try and combine them all into one drawer, preferably this one. If not, I have the bigger one right here. Okay, of course, I am like just barely not making it. Okay, so that's insanely annoying. And I prefer to keep this one over the other one, if we're being honest. Is there any way? Can I stack these? No. Okay, so I'm gonna try and find another home for this that makes somewhat sense, or maybe this will be the thing that I found a new home for. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna find a new home for my Duraline. I'm actually just gonna put it in my top drawer, and now all of my loose kind of situation is done, and I've now reduced myself for one more drawer. Super happy about that. Let's get my next category for this video. Next category that I want to get real about are my cream products. So these are all of my cream face products, maybe minus a couple that are in my everyday drawer that I'll pull out in a second, but let's get real about these. Okay, so there are a couple of products that I may be double dipping on, but I quite honestly can't remember. Specifically this baby right here, which is the Auric Glow Lust. I don't remember if I talked about this during my foundation and like base declutter situation, but this is a product that I do enjoy. I strictly do kind of use it as a base product, hence why I feel like I should have talked about it then, but I'm not confident. So either way, I am keeping it. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so let's run through the products that are in my project pan that will definitely be staying. Mainly this one right here, which is my Danessa Myricks Cream Bronzer. As you can see, I've significantly increased my pan in this. I am really enjoying this product as I did prior, so I will definitely be keeping this. This is in the shade Deep. And this is in my everyday drawer right now. I haven't been reaching for it actually as consistently as I was prior, but still a really good product. This is the cream highlighter or cream blush light in Golden Hour from Melt Cosmetics. I use this as more of like a blush or a cream highlighter than a cream blush. Okay, some other definite keeps are my two color fixes from Danessa Myricks. I really enjoy this formulation. I would love to get some more shades, but I need to be more realistic before I can do that. And this is a lot of product, especially cream product, to really bring in another shade. So I have the two shades in Rustic and Carrot Top. I definitely prefer Rustic over Carrot Top, but I just can't bring myself to declutter either of them. Okay, let's go through some of the easier ones again. Danessa Myricks again. This is in the shade Deep One. This is her Balm Contour. Another product that I really do enjoy and do not see myself actually getting rid of. Really nice, smooth formula. A lot of these, specifically the bronzers in this, I have done some form of video, so if you're interested, check out down below. I will do my best to kind of put all of those videos for you guys. This is the cream blush. So this isn't something that I reach for a lot, but I just don't really want to get rid of any of my Danessa Myricks stuff, and this is her Dew Melt. Or is that the product? Yeah, the Dew Melt in Hot Water. It's basically a cream highlighter. Not a huge fan, but I do enjoy it when I do use it, so I am going to keep it. Let's see. I definitely enjoy these products. These are my cloud paints from from Glossier, and I have them in the shade Storm and Dawn. Really pretty shades. I really enjoy this formula. I would have more, but a lot of the shades just don't work for somebody of my complexion. These are the two that I have found that do something, so these are why I bought them. I also really enjoy this Flower Bomb. This is in the shade Bitten. It is very reminiscent to the Cloud Paint, so if you have one, you truly don't need the other. But I went through a shopping phase of like all the cream products at this point, and I hadn't realized that until after I bought them. So I do enjoy both formulas, which is why I keep them. And I also have another one. This is kind of a nudie-ish blush as well, which is in the shade Cinnamon. I should actually compare these two. I'm sure Rustic, it looks like more pinky on camera, but I think on my face these will look very similar, although this actually shows up. This is a little bit more kind of blending in situation. Maybe I actually don't need this now that I'm like that was way too much product. But now that I'm remembering, this kind of blends into my skin. You see how it blends in? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I don't need it. Yep, done. Okay, that's good. Another cream product I'm definitely keeping is this cream bronzer from Fenty. This is in the shade Chocolate. It's really good formula. Really recommend it. Will definitely be keeping it. I do really enjoy the cream bronzer from Patrick Ta as well. I really prefer this cream product over the actual powder, but because they're in the duo together, I am just going to go ahead and keep both of them. Okay, I also really enjoy this this Milk Makeup cream product, which is in Quirk. Really pretty shade. I think it is once again very reminiscent to the Bitten and the Fawn shades from Flower Beauty and Glossier. And since this is the only cream product that I have from Milk, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it. All right, trying to strategize just a little bit. This is from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Love, and I do enjoy this. I do. I don't reach for it very often because I find it is so natural, but when it blends in, it's such an effortless, like matte, soft matte satin finish, and it really just, it does really nice. So I am going to go ahead and keep this. Like I said, this is in the shade Love. Okay, my two Fenty. So this is in the shade Ridic. I had been eyeing this for so long that I finally pulled the trigger, and I'm not sure it was worth it. This is supposed to be somewhat of like a glowy blush situation, and I don't know. I really want this to work and I want to enjoy it, but I just don't think I do. I think the actual cream product has just been dried out from being at the factory for so long, because this is an older product from the brand. I am going to keep this in my collection for one more rotation, and if I don't get any enjoyment from it in the next rotation, I am just going to declutter it next time. This is one that I actually do get enjoyment from. This is her cheek formula in Daiquiri Dip. Really pretty shade. As you can see, I got a stupid amount of use out of it and I still do enjoy it. Really bold cream blush. I don't use it often, but I really do like it, so definitely am keeping it. Okay, the Acai Cream Bronzer, not a huge favorite, but I do enjoy it, so I am going to keep it. As you guys know, it's harder for me to really get rid of cream or bronzers in general, so I do tend to keep those for no reason at all. I keep going back and forth between keeping this in my collection, getting rid of it, and then finding it and getting rid of it. It's enough. Enough is enough. It's gone, not coming back ever again. Okay, Patrick Ta. I don't really like this product. I really don't, but I can't honestly bring myself to really get rid of it. I don't find that the cream really holds color at all when I apply it to my skin. I feel like it just blends in completely, and the powder, it doesn't really help, but I genuinely can't bring myself to really get rid of this right now, so at least for now I'm gonna keep this, and this is in Do We Know Her. All right, the only Juvia's Place stick that I have is in Zambia, and this is okay. This is pretty much my skin tone, just a little bit warmer. The amount of times that I've used this has been able to count on less than a hand, which says something, but I did get this pretty recently before I kind of ghosted, so I do want to keep this for now and see if I can get some enjoyment out of it, some use out of it before I potentially get rid of it from my collection. All right, Ritual Defeat. So I have two shades, one in Lovesick, and this is supposed to be like a cream blush, and then the other one in Fesifine, which is supposed to be like a cream highlighter. I really liked these when I got them, and I think there is merit in these. The thing that I dislike about them is how dry they are. They feel extremely dry, and you really have to build these up. This is a really cool toned purple. It looks beautiful, and this cream highlighter, once again, it looks pretty, but you really have to warm these up and really get your finger or your brush or your sponge, whatever, really into these products. So I don't really reach for these on the regular, but they are good products, so I am going to keep them for now, and hopefully kind of dig into them a little bit more in the future. Then I have my Tower 28 range. Okay, so I have 3 blushes and 2 bronzers, and this is what I have to say, right? This is a formula that is very, I would say, petroleum jelly kind of based. So they have that very jelly base with the pigment kind of in it, and depending on your skin tone, the pigment is going to show or it's not going to show. And that's what I found with this. Really, I do like both bronzers. They both have their merit in my collection, so I am just going to go ahead and easily keep both of these. It's the blushes. These are the kind of, I don't know if I truly need them. This one is Power Hour. This one is Golden Hour. And this one is Happy Hour. Now, this would dictate that I get a lot more use out of this one, which I think is true. This is one of the shades that is easier to show up on my complexion even when blended out. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I think out of all of them, this one in the middle I got the least amount of use out of, just because it's such a light shade. And the other kind of, I guess, problem I had with these is that these don't dry down. So you really have to set them with something on top, or you're going to be looking stupid. And on top of the fact that they don't dry down, on the tops of your cheeks, these not drying down on somebody who's combination oily, it's just, it's not the best. It's not, but I don't know. I really want to give them another shot. So I think I'm going to keep all three. But these are definitely kind of on the lookout for the potential chopping block for the end of next year. So yeah, I didn't do too hot in this category, which is to be expected. I only decluttered 2 items, definitely kept a lot, but I haven't really purchased a lot of new creams, and these are all creams that I have kind of expanded over the years. If I could expand in one kind of collection, specifically the cream blushes, it would definitely be Rare Beauty and the Fenty, although I do prefer the formula and like the application method of the Rare Beauty, and then of course the Myrick's. Those are 2 cream blushes that I would definitely extend my collection in. Am I necessarily going to do it? I'm not convinced, but I just figured I'd add that little tidbit really at the end. So that is that. Okay, we got a lot left, unfortunately, so let's kind of speed this up. So now it is my liners, and I did kind of already go through my liners. Previously I was sitting down on the phone with somebody and I figured I could multitask because that is something that I do, and I kind of already went through my liners. So pretty much I use these liners religiously, and they're already open, and these are shades that I feel enjoyment from, whether it's these like pastel shades, this like glittery one that I have from Milk, or these like other pastel shades, or these darker shades. I get enjoyment from all of these formulas, all of these shades, everything. So I am going to keep all of these. Oh great, I dropped one on the floor. And these are all ones that I am getting rid of for various reasons. So some of these I have not actually opened, or I rarely used. I think these are 2 that I haven't opened, 1 that I rarely use. Same again, rarely use. Then there are a couple that actually dried out. So these 3 dried out, so they had to go. These 2, I never use them. I don't. I like them, but I never use them. No need to keep them. This one just rarely used, and it's also hard, so I don't want it. And this one, so this is my one size from Patrick Star. I'm sorry. This is the only black liner I have, and although it is a good black liner, I find that in the morning after I've used this, my eyes are very cloudy from whatever the combination is, this and eyeshadow or just this. My eyes get cloudy the next morning, which is super weird. I don't like it. I don't want it. So I'm gonna get rid of this and hopefully either look for a black and a formula that I already know that will work from like the ones that I have kept or whatever have you. But I just don't want to wake up with cloudy eyes. I don't really know how to put it, but yeah. So that is another one gone, and this is one I think was supposed to stay. I don't know why that didn't show in camera. So those are done. I need to change my battery really quickly, and then we are going to Hopefully then we can run through the brushes and this video will be done. So give me 1 second, let me clean off my hand too, because that's just annoying, honestly. And then yeah, like I said, we'll go through the brushes. Okay, so these are just some of my eye brushes, and you can't even see most of the heads to see the shapes of the brushes. Good job, Blake, good job. Okay, so I have a lot of brushes. I went through a phase, I would say about 2 years ago, where I felt I needed so many brushes, whether they were natural hair, synthetic hair, whatever have you. I bought a couple of kits or sets, but mainly these were all purchased individually, which is painful to think about how much money I really have spent on my brushes, but I've gotten use out of a lot of them. I typically have a very similar like design that I like, so I really do like a fluffy, really domed top. Sometimes I will even go for ones that are kind of flat top as well. Let's see, I don't mind these for more detail work. I do like those. Of course, I like the small, really small ones. This one is very unique. I don't really have anything like it. It is a Japanese based brush. It is a Hakuhodo J5533, so definitely, you know, expensive. It's not cheap there. I also have these more bulky big ones that I use for like primer, and I'll actually even use this sometime for cream bronzer as well. Let's see, I also have these where it's like pinched at the ferrule and then it fluffs out, but it's also kind of a slight tip and curved at the top. So those are kind of the general brush shapes that I enjoy. I tend to have a lot of different styles through different brands, whether they're like a Real Techniques, really cheap. I have Royal and Land Nickel, a Coastal Scents, like variety all the way up to Sonia G, and like I said, Hakuhodo. So these are super a lot of variety. These are two super unique ones. One's Wayne Goss, the other one is from the Chikuhodo line. I really like this line. Stupid expensive, but really pretty line overall. So yeah, these I'm all keeping. I like them all. I use them all. I know it's a lot of brushes, but I hate washing my brushes, and I do quite a few tutorials where I need a lot of brushes. I really should get a new one of these, but like why I can still use the brush, you know. The handle's a little trash, but I can still use the brush, so we're gonna keep it. So these are all staying. Okay, some more brushes that are pretty much staying are my small detail oriented brushes. So these are all brushes that are pretty detail oriented. You will find like I have my depotting tool in here too. I kind of categorize my brushes in different categories, and I put them into different kind of cups along where I do my makeup. So I have quite a few like eyebrow brushes in this cup, really small detail oriented brushes. I think this is technically a lip brush, but I use it as a lid brush. I get my pencil brushes in this cup. Let's see, any form of packing brush at all is in this cup. I do have some of my smaller blending brushes that you get even more detail work. Really love these shapes. Trying to see if there's any that I truly want to get rid of, but I don't think so. This is one that I don't think I need. I used this when I used a pomade, and I don't think I'm a pomade type of gal anymore. So I think I actually am going to go ahead and get rid of this. I have a cup of brushes that I had already kind of started to declutter on my own. This is not one I'm sure I'm going to use anymore either, so we're going to get rid of that. This is from Elf, and this is their smudge brush. It's really small, detail oriented, which is nice, but this gets a little pokey sometimes, and I prefer another brush that they have that I actually have is dirty. This is also a brush that I've quite literally never used. It is a glitter applicator brush. Never use it. I bought it in case I'd need it. I don't need it. It's from e.l.f. That can go. Some of these more detail oriented, like small brushes, I don't use currently, but I might in the future. Again, I used them quite a bit like a couple of years ago when I was doing a lot more like graphic work. I don't really do them anymore. This is a brush I used to use a lot. I don't, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This is a Freedom like lip brush. I don't really need that form of detail. I can easily do my lid looks with something like this, which is thicker. Let's see. This is another brush. I really do like it actually. This is the KVD eyebrow brush. The only problem with this is it doesn't have a spoolie on the other end, which is why I stopped using it. But I do like the this side, so I am going to keep it. Really unique arrowhead brush from Smith Cosmetics. This is the 256. Highly recommend. Super unique. I actually have a similar shape from Indie brand, not nearly as soft or as detailed. This is, I think, a Peach and something brand, Peach and Pearl. Don't recommend the brand. Had a bad experience, but I really like the brush because it reminds me of this, and I can use this more with like cream products because it's a denser and synthetic material for the hair. So yeah, overall I really do like all of these, and I do use them all, so I am gonna keep them, except for those 3 that I just decluttered with you guys. Okay, so the ones that didn't make it into my cup, I will worry about later. So the real problem, if you will, is my face brushes. I have an obscene amount, and I don't actually know how it happened. I really don't. But I have a lot. So this isn't even, I have 2 more containers stuffed with face brushes. So let's see what I can do. Sonia Kashuk. This is a really nice brush. I really like this brush. Oh gosh, okay, let's see if I can get rid of any of these. This is Wayne Goss going absolutely nowhere. This is a MAC brush. I'm not fully attached to this, but I love the shape of it. Oh gosh, this is really pretty. This is, I think, a Royal and Land nickel. Really like this for lightly dusting on powder. I love these 2. These are my go-tos if I want to pack powder onto my face. One's from Sonia Kashuk. This one's from It Brushes. Really good brushes. Highly recommend them both. Yeah, really like them. The It is slightly softer though, but yeah, as you can see, I haven't needed to pack on powder very often lately, which is why there's so much dust on them. Gotta love it. This is a really pretty Rephr brush. This is their 17. I love this. This is really good for like cream blush or like cream bronzer. I try not to use it often, or when I do, I try to immediately clean it just because Rephr is more natural hair and I don't want the hairs to be permanently stained like my eye brushes are. Really love this. This is Sonia G, not going anywhere. I do like this. Oh gosh, this is another Peach and Pearl brush. This is their collaboration that they had with Andrea Renee. I really do like this brush, so I'm gonna keep it. This is my Sonia G brush. I will only use this for powder, like foundation or something, and this allowed me to actually declutter another brush that I didn't particularly love. I do have quite a few fan brushes. I don't really use them, but I have them. So yeah, I don't know, I probably should get rid of them, but you know, it is what it is. Another really pretty brush from the Chikuhodo range. Alicia Archer is the reason that I bought this, and I can't be mad at it. Really love this Real Techniques brush. I love this for highlighter. Would highly recommend that brush. I'm not a huge fan of this brush. This is a BK Beauty 401. I feel like this is a little too fluffy for powder for me, but it's a good brush. So This is the dilemma. You see the dilemma? These are just good brushes. I actually really like this one. I think this is the medium in this artisanal range from Wayne Goss. Really, really nice. This is a really nice foundation brush. I don't love it, but it's a favorite. It's a favorite. It's a favorite. I can't put on foundation too many times with this, but because then it gets really cakey and hard to move the actual bristles, but I do like it. Didn't I already talk about this? No, this is from Mikasa. I can get rid of this. I'm not super attached to this. It's a really nice brush and all of that, but I'm not attached to it. I'm attached to some others more, so I can get rid of that. This is an Ecm brush, very reminiscent and similar to this BK Beauty, but it's slightly more tapered and has less bristles, and I believe this is natural hair where this is synthetic, so you know, differences there. This is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer brush or cheek brush in general from Sonia G, and this is her Face Pro. I absolutely love this brush, love it to death. This is a Hakuhodo brush. I had no business getting this. I almost never use this, but it's Hakuhodo, so I can't get rid of it. Although this is really pretty for like blush. I will say it like blends the blush onto your skin really, really pretty. Another Chikuhodo brush, delicious and nutritious, really good for bronzer. I really do like that. This is another brush I don't necessarily need. We're gonna try and get rid of these brushes that I don't necessarily need. I don't need this. Okay, all right, we're doing good. This is my Sonia G Cheek Pro. I did get this whole set. I really enjoy this set. This is another brush from this range. I guess I got a couple of BH Cosmetics sets a while ago. I really do have quite a few still from both sets. They've just slowly left my collection. I enjoy this for cream bronzer though, and I don't have a lot of cream bronzer brushes, so I am going to go ahead and keep this. This is a very similar brush once again to this baby right here. Do I feel attached to this? No, but I'm gonna keep it. This is my Wayne Goss brush. I don't see a number or anything. Really, really pretty brush. I think this might have been like a holiday brush one year. This is a favorite of mine. This is like a cheek buildable cheek from Smashbox. I love this brush so much. Not going anywhere. This is a Morphe brush, and I used to use this a lot for bronzer. This is the B47. It's not a bad brush. I do find that a lot of my Morphe brushes, the hairs get disconnected from the whole kit and caboodle, and they wind up on my face. I think I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let her go. This is my favorite drugstore foundation brush. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush. I have two of these from e.l.f. Really love it. Not going anywhere. This is another brush from Rephr. This is the 18. Really nice brush for applying powder under your eyes and in like detail powder application. I really do enjoy this, and this is one of my few Sephora Pro brushes. I really do like this range. Don't have very many brushes from them, but really nice range. This is the 73, and I really do enjoy this range for, or this type of shape and brush for applying blush. So yeah, okay, I didn't do bad in this container. All right, let's go to the next container, which is significantly smaller amount of brushes. So maybe let's go with the next two containers. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and these are it. So yeah, okay. All right, these are two that are going absolutely nowhere. This is a beautiful brush range. Like I said, I have the other one I already showed you guys. Really, really love this range. Beautiful brushes. I love this for foundation, and I love this for bronzer. I don't use them very often because they're very, very special brushes to me, but I love them and I will be keeping them. This is like a brush that Sephora used to hand out for free for making rouge. It's actually a brilliant brush, really light, nice quality. I'm pretty sure they have a full-size brush in their actual range, but in the hopes of just getting rid of some brushes, I am just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I just don't need it. Like I said, I have 2 of these brushes. I really like it. This one actually, the handle isn't squeaky, so I think, like I said, in the hopes of just getting rid of some brushes, because this handle moves around and it's just unnecessary, I am just gonna get rid of this one and keep this one. I think it was because I let water get under this ferrule and the glue just kind of is starting to go. This is a brush that I truly don't need, but I love it, so we're gonna keep it. And this is the larger version of the cheek builder. This is the sheer powder, so it allows me to just slowly add powder. Really, really pretty. One of my absolute favorite bronzer brushes. This is the Marc Jacobs, the bronze brush. Keeping it, definitely keeping my Refer P22. I believe this is in their permanent range, but honestly I couldn't tell you what the number is. Definitely keeping this BK Beauty brush. This reminds me of my absolute favorite foundation brush, and so I definitely am keeping this. My favorite foundation brush is the Sigma Curved Kabuki F83. I have 2 of these. Really love these brushes. This is another brush that, like, why did you buy this? Why? What are you gonna do with this? Nothing. But are you getting rid of it? Absolutely not. This was like $30. No. She's gonna go into the grave with me, into the crypt. This is a Sonia G brush. I really enjoy it for bronzer. Definitely keeping. This is a e.l.f. brush. Let's see. Oh gosh, getting into the weeds now. These are 2 more brushes from the BH Cosmetics collections that have slowly, like I said, left my collection, and I find that I have a lot of this shape. I just finished showing you guys like countless of this shape. It is a really nice shape, don't get me wrong, but I find that I can reuse face brushes a lot more than I can eye brushes, so I don't need as many. So I am going to go ahead and get rid of this. And I think in that same vein, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one, but I am going to keep this one. And this is another BH Cosmetics brush. Okay, I am going to keep this brush. This is once again from that Peach and Pearl. I just like the shape, and I use this specifically for cream blush, so I am going to go ahead and keep that. This is a Wet n Wild brush. I use this when honestly I've ran out of all of the ones that are in this similar shape that I use for powder blush. So I am just going to go ahead and keep this. I do get quite a bit of use out of this. This is another foundation brush that I do reach for. It's definitely not a favorite, but I do enjoy it. And like I said, when I'm in the use of brush kind of regimen, this is the like last resort brush that I do enjoy. And this is the Royal Nickel BDM 180. Another powder brush that I do reach for on occasion, so I will keep this. This is a Real Techniques powder brush. I don't reach for this. I can get rid of this. This is the MAC 135 synthetic. That is going. ECM X52. I really do enjoy this brush, so I am keeping it. And then these 2. I don't need them, but I'm gonna keep them. So, you know, we're doing good. We're doing a lot better than I thought, if I'm being completely honest. And I say that because, like I said, I had already previously, let's actually show you guys the brushes that are currently dirty, because I can't be bothered to wash my brushes. These are all the brushes that are dirty. These are the brushes. I've used every one of these brushes multiple times since I started back at my channel again. So what? This is a month's worth of brushes. A month. And it takes days for these to dry, hence why I have so many brushes. So it makes sense. Okay, so going on, I'm gonna keep pretty much all of these. If I go through when I'm cleaning and there's a brush that I truly don't like, I will just go ahead and chuck it. But I'm pretty sure I already pulled out the 1 or 2 that I don't like and I just used because I needed something. So yeah, Now you guys have seen the cup of shame. Let me show you guys the products that I've kind of decluttered on my own. And I'm actually going to get rid of this as well. This came with this set, and you know, it did its purpose. I needed it at the time. I just don't need it anymore. So these are the brushes, and there's no real rhyme or reason. This one, I just prefer some other dual fibers that I have. I think I might have shown you. I hope I showed it to you. I have like 1 or 2 dual fibers that I'm keeping, and these 2 I just don't really like, so I'm getting rid of them. This is a brush that I hem and hawed about keeping, but I just overall, it's spiky. It hurts my face. No. This is just a brush I just don't need. It's pretty, I like it, it works, but I just don't need it. And to be quite frank, the blending brush that I have in this range, I can get rid of too. Did I get rid of it? I don't think I did. Let's see. Here we go. I found it. This blending brush really, does it hold its, oh, this is the one I like. I must have already gotten rid of the other one. The other one I didn't like. Okay. This is a powder foundation brush, but I prefer the other one that I kept, so I'm just gonna get rid of this. I never even used it, so waste of money. This is another Morphe brush. It just got annoying that the hair would always end up on my face or in my hair, so I'm done with it. This is a brush. Why did I buy this? I can't. I need to keep it. Oh gosh, why? This is just a brush that I just don't need. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't need it. Don't want to keep it. Like I said, this was the eyebrow brush that I used when I had pomade. I just don't use pomades anymore. These are brushes that I bought thinking they would be super helpful with the detail-oriented looks, but I just don't like them, and I was keeping them just because I bought them, but it's okay. Time to get rid of them. I have tape on this brush. I can afford a liner brush without tape, so that's going. I don't particularly like this brush at all. This is the Give Me Glow CB13, going away. I don't necessarily like this shape. This is the Royal & Land Nickel BOM 43. I can work with it, but I don't necessarily like it, and I'm gonna keep it. Gee, good gracious. This is a shade. I never really knew what to do. I know you use it for highlighter, but I don't. So I tried to use it for other things. I don't need it. It's stained blue from Halloween. I don't need it. I never used this ever, so this is going. This is just really old, and I have better, and I also don't like how short it is, so it's going. And these are all just variations of I don't need. The one pencil brush right here, there's tape on it, so I don't need it. And these 3 I just don't need. So not the best, not the worst. Honestly, I did a lot better than I thought I was in this brush declutter. I got rid of some brushes I did not see going to happen. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I believe the last section that I have left is, oh gosh, is my eyeshadows, and that's going to be a banger. It's going to be a heavy hitter, but I'm really excited to get through it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, I will see you guys tomorrow for my eyeshadow palette declutter. Bye bye.